What's going on YouTube? Azrael the One here, coming at you with another video. I'm going to break it down again today with the next one. The fallacy of the black queen. You see, it's strange to me how black women want to put themselves up on such a high pedestal, saying that they are queens. Well then, let's take a look at 3 things that debunk that statement. The way you walk, the way you talk, and the way that you think. What that means is, the way you speak is exactly that, the way you speak. The way you walk means the way you conduct yourself, and the way you think, which means you lack rationalism. Now, let me just break this down even further for you. A lot of you want to call yourselves queens, but you talk like men. I have never, in all of my days, have heard of nor saw with my own 2 eyes a person of such regality who demeans themselves with the verbiage of the common gutter snipe. It doesn't make any sense. But you want to be revered, reverenced, adored even, and you demand respect, but yet you disrespect yourself by the very things you say out of your mouth. I want to talk about that respect issue for a quick second off topic. I find it strange that black women want to demand respect, but they want adoration. And I think the fact is, you confuse adoration with respect. And the funny thing is, you get neither. Now that I'm through jamming, back to your regularly scheduled programming. It's strange to me that you guys talk like men when the language of the gutter snipe or a sailor even should be so far removed from you that everyone should think of you as a saint. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you just gotta let the F-bombs fly. I'm not saying you ain't gotta cuss somebody out every once in a blue moon, because it's bound to happen. It's like it's like me asking you not to be human. But the truth of the matter is, you sorry lots are taking it to a whole new level. The way you conduct yourself goes hand in hand with how you talk. It's amazing how these black men, these sorry excuses for men, want to put your punk ass on a pedestal. But you're the one going around here fucking everything like a dog in heat. You want to go around, party every fucking weekend, and go to the club to turn up. But I can't get your punk ass to go to college, go find a job, and get off the system. Priorities, my dude. Priorities. The fact that you have no respect for yourself in the way in which you dress, the way in which you talk to people, the way in which you treat your family, the way you treat your men and your children is obscene. And then when asked to account for your failures, you hand off the bullshit excuse of, well, white women do it too. Well, other people do it too. But you're a queen, right? You're a queen. And the way in which you think, that goes on to my last statement. Because the fact of the matter is, black women, you are in a position where, due to the fact that the black men have failed, you lead. You lead. And so, with your mantle of leadership, you have done nothing positive for the community. Now, that's a shame, and this should be a slight to every black man who hears this, because it's for no reason that your woman should lead your community, but yet she is doing so. And the fact of the matter is, black woman, based on your actions, based on the way you speak, it is no wonder that you are the largely contributing factor to why we are in the shithole that we are in today. It's not enough that you are irrational, but you expect others to enjoy and revel in your irrationality. Excuse me. It's not enough. See, I look around today on YouTube and I see all these freaking beef videos launched by, you guessed it, black females. Same ones that want to be respected, they want to be thought of as queens and want to be worshipped and adored, but you sound like the dude standing on the corner holding his dick. spitting that street shit. And you wonder why the good black men do not want you. Notice, black women, that when a brother gets out of the hood, he doesn't take, unless he's got a good woman he met in the hood, which is about slim to nil, he does not come back and marry you. He marries the Asian girl, he marries the white girl, he marries the Hispanic woman. All those other girls he marries, but you get left by the wayside. Finally, and I didn't mention this earlier, this sense of entitlement is part of the reason why you being considered a queen is a fallacy. You believe everything should be handed to you. You're entitled to good men. You're entitled to money. You're entitled to do whatever the fuck you want. Now, the last part is true. You are entitled by virtue of your human existence. You are entitled to do whatever you want. But there comes a consequence with that. And that is because you are entitled to do what you want, so are others. And so if we choose to down you, it's based on the fact that we are entitled to down you. And we down you on your actions, the ones that you don't take responsibility for. See, I can sit up here all day ad nauseum and point out every single flaw of a black woman, but the funny thing is, it would do me no good on the simple fact that none of you son of bitches will say, I'll own that. But you expect me as a man to be accountable. Well, that's what men do. We're accountable. No, scratch that. That's what responsible people do. They take responsibility for their actions. And you black women act like children because you refuse to. You refuse to admit that because of the fact that you're reproducing bastard kids at an astronomical rate, it's part of the problem. You refuse to admit because your ass is on the fucking system and you're not trying to get the fuck out the hood by making better choices. You refuse to own your part to play in all this. Because you refuse to give your children names that have meaning, to respect your mind and your body. So you play a part in this catastrophe that we call a community. And then, because you refuse to stop putting these idiot simp motherfuckers to stick up for you and getting these men killed behind your bullshit, is why our black men, when they're not in jail, they are in hell. But you're a queen, right? What you say makes sense. We're supposed to worship and adore you. Let me remind you something, black queens, since that's what you call yourselves. Notice that even though you are a queen, there is one person ahead of you, and that is your king. Is it not true? See, a black king does not bow to anyone. And the real black kings know that even though I am the pinnacle, the peak of evolution, of success, of everything that I touch, everything that I speak on becomes blessed. He knows that his queen is equal to him, even though he is the figurehead. And see, black kings realize that when he truly has a queen, she doesn't need to proclaim her queendom, her queenhood. He puts her there. She knows she's a queen. And yet she doesn't get beside herself. So I want to give this as a simple message to all you ghetto hood boogers out there. Stop thinking you're something you're not. You're not a queen. The majority of you are hood rats. And the majority of you will stay hood rats because you don't want to change. You hate when you're told the truth, but you expect to be given the sweetest lie. So instead of being one of those dudes that will tell you a sweet lie, I'm going to tell you the bitterest of truths. That you are a hood rat. That you are an individual, you are an individual that does not care to account for your failures. You are an individual that does not give a damn for anything or anyone but yourself. And above all else, you are an individual that refuses to meet the demand for change. If you know this doesn't apply to you, you'll laugh this off, I'm sure. But the real black queens out here are the ones that never need to proclaim their queenhood. Because everybody recognizes when she walks, when she talks, the way she thinks, the way she interacts. Those things go before her. There are very few black queens out here that are left. And I encourage brothers that want to find their black queens, you keep looking. Leave Geronda and LaQuisha and all them other fucking broads, Sharons and Laurent. Leave all those girls alone. Most of them mean you no good. And black women, if you're watching this and you get offended, you'll get over it. I'm sure you will. And if you don't, tough titty. I'm out.